Hello, folks. The NFL season is over with the culmination of the Super Bowl, and that is the end of football. Or is it? This is the Deep Fried Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Fry, and thanks for listening. Well, Kansas City won the Super Bowl 31-20 over San Francisco. It was a great game. 3.5 quarters. 49ers were in control. But unfortunately, in the end, Patrick Mahomes made the comeback, and the Chiefs won the game by double digits. It was a lot closer than that, folks. But hey, you know what? You play to win the game, said the great Herm Edwards. In this game, Garoppolo had 31 passes, compared to the NFC Championship, in which he only had 8 passes against the Green Bay Packers. What the heck happened? It looks like maybe Kyle Shanahan got off of his normal scheme. And just like in the Falcons versus New England Patriots Super Bowl, in which the Falcons were ahead for 3.5 quarters, in the end, it was great quarterback play by the opposition to beat Kyle Shanahan's scheme. He may have overthought it and got off the run. I don't know why, because they were doing great in that department. Patrick Mahomes was 26 for 42 for 286 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 1 rushing touchdown. A great game for him. He was given the MVP. Some people said that Damian Williams should have got it, who had 17 carries for 104 yards, 1 rushing, and 1 receiving touchdown. Pretty darn good game, but I think the reason why they didn't give him the MVP is because he's not in charge of the offense. He can't make the comeback on his own, and he doesn't throw the ball. So they had to give it to Patrick Mahomes, which makes sense. And congratulations, Andy Reid, for being one of the greatest coaches of all time now. It is inarguable because you have gotten your ring. Thank goodness that talk is over. Andy Reid has got to be one of the best coaches of all time. He just didn't have a Super Bowl yet. Now that he does, he is probably Hall of Fame bound. Nice job. I have to say, as a 49ers fan, unfortunately I am a homer, and I will admit it, growing up in the Bay Area, hard not to be, unless you're a rooter for the dark side, Raiders. Not anymore, they're going to Las Vegas. But I was upset about some of the calls, like the pass to George Kittle, up the sideline bomb right before the half. That was called pass interference on the offense. A little hand fighting, kind of like exactly what Kyle Rudolph did to push off his defender against the Saints. Well, I guess the NFL isn't very consistent when it comes to his refereeing. And we'll talk about that a little bit later when it comes to rules. In this game, if you look at the box score, you would have thought that San Francisco won. Yards per pass, yards per rush, rush yards, QB hits, red zone efficiency, all in the favor of San Francisco. But it was the ending in the game that sealed it. Unfortunately for the 49ers, they could not stop Patrick Mahomes. They could not stop a quick run by Damian Williams up the sideline that capped it off. Kansas City won 31-20. What a game. And overall, it probably was the best Super Bowl production in years. From the game to the halftime celebration to all the commercials that were played. Man, this was great. It wasn't like last year's dud, the Rams and the Patriots. That game was just boring. Anyhow, folks, that's the end of football for the year. But wait, there's more. The XFL starts this weekend. All 4 games from all 8 teams. 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. This is going to be incredible. And their league is so much different. On Saturday at 2 Eastern is the first game of the season. The Seattle Dragons are in Washington, D.C. to play the Defenders on ABC. At 5 Eastern, the Los Angeles Wildcats are in Houston to play the Roughnecks on Fox. On Sunday at 2 Eastern, the Tampa Bay Vipers are at New York to play the Guardians on Fox. And at 5 Eastern on Sunday, the St. Louis Battlehawks are at the Dallas Renegades on ESPN. Listen to these games. The Dragons, the Defenders, the Wildcats, the Roughnecks, the Vipers, the Guardians, the Battlehawks, and the Renegades. Man, I love these names. This is going to be awesome. More football? I can't argue with that. And folks, listen to this. There are some different rules in this league that is going to make it a little bit more exciting, if you can get any more exciting than football. And I hope it does, because I really hope that this league succeeds. Rule number 1, the double forward pass. What? No need for laterals as long as the first pass doesn't cross the line of scrimmage. The quarterback can pass it to the running back forward. The running back can pass it to the wide receiver down the field. The quarterback can pass it to the wide receiver forward and go out for a pass like the Philly special. It's going to be incredible. It's going to open up the offense, and it's going to be fun. Point afters. You've got 3 point after options now. Option number 1, start at the 2-yard line and get it in for a point. Option 2, start at the 5-yard line and get it in for 2 points. And option 3, the biggest gamble of them all, start at the 10-yard line and get 3 points. This is going to make scoring so much more fun and give us more options and different outcomes. It's going to make the games incredible. Rule number 3, overtime. No coin toss. Thank the Lord for that. A 50-50 chance of you getting the ball and winning the game. That's a little bit too much chance for me. I like this. Each team has a chance of 5 attempts to get into the end zone from the 5-yard line. They will continue to trade offensive possessions from the 5-yard line until one team is mathematically eliminated. Each conversion will be worth 2 points. In this case, there will be no defensive scoring, as in regular time, the defense can score for whatever the offense attempts. Say the offense attempts a 3-pointer from the 10-yard line, the defense can return that for 3 points. In overtime, that is negated. But if the defense stops the offense in overtime, obviously that's a win. Number 4, the kickoff. Players start coverage 5 yards off the ball. That means less collisions, less injuries, less concussions. And the players cannot move until the ball is kicked. Thank goodness they didn't get rid of kickoffs altogether, but they changed the rules so it's more watchable. And on punts, rule number 5, balls that go into the end zone are put at the 35-yard line. Punts out of bounds are put at the 35-yard line or at the spot they went out, whichever is further up the field. And the punt coverage team can't cross the line until the ball is punted. This will make for a lot less fair catches, a lot more returns, and a lot more action. Gosh, I can't wait. This Saturday, the first game. 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. I got 4 games of football to watch. This is incredible! I hope that first game is going to be good, because it'll probably make or break the rest of the games all weekend for people to watch. It's going to be fun. It's going to be full of action. It's going to be different. And there are quite a few players we've heard of in this league. Thank goodness Vince McMahon is trying this again, and I'm sure it'll be a little bit more successful than the AAFL, which completely failed this season. Well, folks, thanks for listening, and if you could please subscribe to my channel and share it with your buddies, that would be great. Thanks, folks! Music has been provided by Ben Sounds. Ho, Ben! I love your sounds. Thank you. Goodbye.